There you go. Hold that in front. See, that's as wide as it goes. Hold it by the lens or whatever you want.
Hold on.
Do your line there. Stand
What's
there.
on?
Here.
Yeah.
Just meet the line. I'll make sure it's filming. Yep.
I studied creative industries at QUT because that's what I wanted to do with my life. Yeah! Barbecue with friends!
Actually, that kind of works.
So this past year, my team and myself have been working to complete the Creative Industries Content Studio project. It has involved creating a commercial to entice Chinese students to come study creative industries at QUT. The project has involved an enormous amount of research, not only on the target market itself, but also on technical skills that none of the team members had before we started, and that we would need to finish the commercial. As this project was to be completed over the course of the year, the project was divided into pre-production and production stages over semester 1 and semester 2 of this year. The pre-production stage included all of the planning and research and was successfully executed on time and has allowed us to move on to the production stage of the project. The production stage has involved us creating shot lists, finding when and where to film, applying for film permits with Brisbane City Council, organising film equipment, and liaising with a range of different professionals, including QT, talent, editors, and graphic animators. And afterwards, finally presenting the commercial to our industry partner and academic supervisor. As of this week, our team has completed all of the original objectives we had set, with the exception of presenting the final project to our industry partner. At this point of the project, we were supposed to pass all of the footage on to our editor, have them make the final cut, send it back to us, and then present. However, due to some unforeseen circumstances, this will no longer be happening, and our team will be editing the commercial ourselves. So the final completion date has been pushed back around 3 weeks and will be finally completed after our exam period. However, the team is optimistic that we will get everything done and presented before the end of November.
So we're on set today at the Kangaroo Point Cliffs for the Creative Industries Content Studio. We're about to start filming and we're just getting everything ready. We've got the boom mic all set up, but I'm just going to be talking about some external issues and problems that we've had up until this point. Probably one of the major ones is the language barrier that we've encountered. The final video is going to be completely in Mandarin as it's aimed at a Chinese audience, but unfortunately none of us can speak Mandarin, and that has affected the video a little bit in ways of language, the tone in which our host is speaking, we don't know about, the speed of the words, and the context in which the order as well. There's been a few little issues. And a way to combat this, we're trying to find a second person who can listen to the final version of the video and just give us sort of some insight onto whether the words are in the right spot and stuff like that. Another big issue we've had is getting access to equipment and gear, as we're not film students, we are entertainment, so the university loan system has been a bit reluctant in letting us access the mics and the cameras and the tripods and this kind of stuff, the fleckies, the stuff that we need to actually record the video. We've had a bit of trouble getting. We've got some today because our industry supervisor has managed to grab some, but that's been a bit of an issue. Another big external factor, which has become internal as a result, is people pulling out. So originally we had an animation that was going to go in the final cut, which was a location flag on every university and the city, just to sort of give some distance perception as to why QUT is the closest university to the city. Since the graphic designer has pulled out, we're still on the fence about whether we're going to have to cut that or not. We'll probably give it a crack ourselves, but none of us are animation and none of us are graphic designers, so we're still not sure if that's going to look okay or not. The other big problem which has affected the final project date and our timeline has pushed it back quite a bit is our editor has pulled out. So originally we had an industry editor set up who was going to come in and run through it with us and sort of get it polished and all that. They've since run out of time and they can't do it anymore. And so we have decided to try and edit ourselves. Basically the problem with that is we originally wanted to use Avid Media Composer as the editing software, which I've had a little bit to do with through my internship, but we're still not sure if any of the university computers actually have the PC program. In the event they don't, we're going to, well, this is an ethical problem we're going through at the moment, and that is whether or not we're going to download an illegal torrent of Final Cut Pro, as Jaden, another member of the group, has had a bit of experience with that, and whether that's going to be a better finished product or not, we're still not sure. So that's where we're at the moment. We don't have a graphic designer, we don't have an editor, we're struggling with the language barrier, and we don't have any access to equipment. So we've had a few problems, but hopefully the film today, the set goes all as it should, and yeah, see you guys soon.
As mentioned before, we have faced a lot of challenges. The first challenge for this group was the communication. It was not a major issue, and we have really improved from last semester. The communication has been an issue due to personal issues and also some external factors such as life and other unit assessments. We have all tried to communicate, and we have had weekly meetings to discuss different procedures of creating the final outcome. It has been hard to create a group vision and to make sure that everyone is satisfied with the idea of the final outcome. We have learned to compromise with each other and create an idea that we all is satisfied with. We have also had some external communication challenges due to people outside the group, as Georgia mentioned before. We had some problem with communicating with people that were supposed to provide us information. For example, we had a meeting booked and it got cancelled by the third part the last minute, which created frustration and confusion. The major issue for this group has been to schedule times for meetings, recordings and important tasks. All the group members have had work alongside of the studies, and that had created delayed or even cancelled group meetings. We have had late meetings and even Skype meetings to be able to stay on track, but it has not been enough due to this size of this project. The most challenging part of the scheduling has been to find a time for recording the sound and the video because of unit assessments and work. The group decided to choose the days that when most of the group members were available, which meant that at least one person was unable to attend these recordings. However, our group has been more successful with communication and scheduling this semester than last one, and we have all helped each other more and had a better understanding of the life outside of uni, and we have all supported each other more.
So the team and myself came into this project without a hint of professional filming experience. Now throughout this time we've learned what our academic supervisor has drilled into us time and time again throughout his talks about the importance of the film industry, and that is that you need to learn everyone's job if you want to be a successful manager, whether that be for projects, productions or anything that we decide to do in the future. And throughout this project, I think that we have learned a lot about everyone's jobs in the television industry. Now, throughout our second semester of work, team members were assigned specific production roles, whether this be Georgia as the director or myself as the production manager. These roles have allowed us to focus on specific skills individually, while still being able to share our experiences with others in the team. Now, alongside our practical skills, we have gained an invaluable experience in the behind-the-scenes side of the industry. Through working with professional cameras, creating run sheets, applying for permits and managing talent, fallback plans have been a crucial learning experience as well, along with it allowing an exorbitant amount of time for professional contacts to reply. Now the past year has held a myriad of experiences for the team. Throughout completing a project with real-world clients, we have learned to adhere to deadlines, the sheer amount of planning and consideration that is required to complete successful projects without conflict, and furthermore, alongside our newly found professional skills, resume bolsters and industry contacts, we have learned that compromising and communication is key to completing a successful project.
快来体验昆士兰科技大学创意产业专业为你提供的一切吧，和我们一起创造你的未来。Hey guys, how are you?
Great, grab a seat.
Join us.
Do you want like a sausage or a sac tartare?